Hey everybody, Star 6 Wars 1 here, and welcome to the 7th review for Anime Movie Month. For this one, we are looking at the brand new Madoka Magica film Rebellion. Now, this is the third and last movie of the Madoka Magica film series, I think. As of December 15th, 2013, it is. Though I'll get to why that might be different for it in a bit. Okay, to start off with, I'll be honest, this film starts out very light and soft, very much like the series, but then completely goes back to depressing and dark town, like the rest of the Madoka Magica series. Starts out light and fluffy and then completely goes in dark and destroys your expectations. Guess how that turned out in the theater today? Oh yeah. To start off with, I think the story of it actually was a really good one in concept. Was the greatest? No, but the concept of the story was awesome. And it really shows. It's really, really good, guys. This is probably the best stuff, story-wise, Madoka's had since the series. There is a manga, though, that takes it similar, but I have not seen the manga, so no knowledge about it. But back to the movie. I'm not sure how the execution would fare for everyone in that. And to get into that, I'll have to get into spoilers, and I'll do that in a few minutes when I talk more about some of the philosophies I have with this series. Next up, the characters. In this one, you only have to care about a few of the characters. I'm going to go over them quickly individually, just because, to be honest, their developments range everywhere. Mami Tomoe, you don't need to worry about her. She's kind of a nothing character. She's there, but she could have easily not been there. Kyoko Sakura is about the same, but at least with her, you get the sense of that she was there because of Sayaka's sake, and the moments between those two are quite heartwarming, actually, and a nice change of pace from the series, when each time they were together, they either hated each other or was just utterly heartbreaking. Sayaka is about the same, but you'll notice there's a change in her character, and you will know very quickly why in the film. I'm not going to spoil that one, though. The new character, Bebe, Nagisa, Charlotte, whatever the hell you want to call her, she's kind of she's obsessed with cheese. Okay. Then she's also a pretty good character in her own right. Then we get into Madoka. Yes, Madoka appears, and if you know the ending of the series, that in itself is a spoiler. I'm not going to talk very much about her because she really doesn't develop. She's just kind of there just to be a good person like she was in the series. Except minus the development. And finally, the ones I want to talk about, we have Homura. She has gone through hell throughout the series, and this movie makes it so much worse. Yes, she gets some heartwarming moments, but you utterly want to either hate her by the end of the film or feel incredibly sorry for her. I fall under the sorry category. Then we have the music is what I'm going to talk about next. To be honest, I'm fast becoming a Yuki Kadra fan, and I'll be honest, this is really no exception. A lot of the music's the same, but you notice one or two things that almost seem different in this film with the music. And I do like it. Well, except for the songs about cake. I'll get to that in a minute. There is no English dub, but for this movie being very recently released, that's no surprise. And then finally, the animation's the same as the series, so I don't really need to comment on this. Now I'd like to talk about a few things. There are 3 things, and at least for these 3, I have to go into spoilers. But since there's technically no legal way you can watch this at the moment, as of, once again, December 15th, 2013, then, yeah, I'm gonna go into spoilers here. First up is the cake songs. During the first half of the movie, which is considerably lighter and softer and feels very stereotypical magical girl fare, we have the cake songs. They are annoying, they are groan-worthy, and I want to hit my head because they exist. Oy vey. Next up are the 2... This is going to be a concept I've always thought of. During the series, I looked at Kyubey as the devil. And what I mean by that is, he has you sign a contract to give your very soul to him, your very life, everything that you ever were to him. That sounds like the devil to me. Then you have the magical girls, which could be considered angels at first. And then witches could be considered fallen angels. And then we have Madoka, who becomes a god. Benevolent, kind-hearted, and will love you no matter who you are, and for any reason, and wants you to not suffer. Now comes the major spoiler. There is one character in particular that changes in this, and that is Homura. In this film, she becomes the Lucifer figure, an angel that was cast down from heaven and then became the king of hell. She even calls herself a demon in the movie. So we have Madoka the god, we have Kyubey the devil, and we have Homura as Lucifer. Yeah, that's pretty big, and yeah, that's... Oh god, and that's where about the film ends, with Homura's victory over both God and the devil. And then we have... this is the last thing I wanted to talk about, was comments from the writer and creator of Madoka Magica, Gen Urobuchi. He said this movie will split the fan base because of the ending, and after seeing it for myself, I could not agree more. The ending can be considered a very mean-spirited and very dark thing, and will break every single expectation you ever had for the spoilers I just mentioned, especially if you've seen it. I don't mind the ending personally, though I did admittedly think the ending for Madoka Magica, the series, was fine on its own. That's another thing. This is kind of a useless film. It's a case of why fix what's not broken. The original film wasn't never broken. It didn't need to be fixed. But if I had to see a continuation, I'm glad it was Rebellion. This film is really a good one, and it's a must-see. But I will warn you, it's not a must-love. This is not only a very dark film at times, but it's a very depressing one by the end, and you will either be shocked, happy, or downright angry with the ending. Also, I need to make another major spoiler. Kyubey is lost. I am so satisfied by what happens to him in the end. I don't know if you want to call me a really big jerk for that, but I really hate Kyubey, and it's like, you had that coming, you asshole. That's the one thing that satisfies me about the film is Kyubey's fate. But overall, really good film. And if there was a legal way to watch it, I'd say go watch it. I watched it in the theaters. It was fun that way too. So, to be honest, that's about it. I give Madoka Magica Movie 3 Rebellion an 8 out of 10. The ending is so much a fan split base that I think that could really be considered off-wall and out of character. But I will, and there are a few little things that make me groan, like the king scenes. But overall, this is a really, really good movie, and it makes up for the past two. Anyways, this has been Star 6 Wars 1, and I'll see you for Samurai X Rurouni Kenshin Reflections on December 17th. See you guys then.